A bad day is a good opportunity, and I mean specifically a circumstantially bad day. You can define a bad day in a bunch of different ways, but I don't mean like a bad day because you slept in all morning and you didn't go do your workout and you ate like shit, so now you feel like shit. I mean a bad day as in stuff goes wrong that is relatively out of your control. So a circumstantially bad day is a good opportunity to build character. When something goes wrong, what do you do? Are you going to get overwhelmed and then like kind of just throw the whole day out the window and sit around and mope about it? Here's your opportunity to deal with some adversities. I got the insight for this video a few weeks ago when I broke my wrist doing jiu-jitsu. Now, jiu-jitsu has become such a huge part of my life. I typically train 5 days a week, anywhere from 1 to 2 hours per day. I'll say on average an hour and a half per day. I'm in love with the sport. I'm in love with the community aspect that comes with the sport. I'm in love with the environment, like walking into that room and just being with a bunch of people that all have this common goal. I'm in love with the self-development aspect that comes with it, the fact that you have to face adversity every time you step on those mats. In the last 2 years, it has become such a huge part of my life. And boom, one night, a few weeks ago, sparring with a heavyweight, his weight went down on my wrist the wrong way, and now it's in a cast for, they said, about 6 weeks. So just like that, no more jiu-jitsu for the time being, no more using my left hand at all, no more doing upper body workouts in the gym. That is what I call a circumstantially bad day. But that doesn't mean that there's not opportunity there. So what was my response? And I remember I just sat down in the shower that night when I got home before I went to the hospital. I actually went to the hospital the next morning, but I remember I sat down in the shower and it was a really tough shower. I was emotionally accepting the fact that I was going to be without jiu-jitsu for the next little while and without my left hands, without any upper body work in the weight room. And it was kind of hard to accept, but I accepted it. I let myself face that reality. And then I said, okay, now what? Here's an opportunity to build some character. What can I do now? I'm experiencing this thing that life is throwing at me, which, hey, that's what life does. How can I respond in a way that's going to make things better? So I started thinking, okay, I'm going to have a lot more spare time now. What can I do with that spare time? This is a lot of time that I spend learning this skill every week. Now that time is vacant. I decided, well, I've always wanted to learn Italian. My background is Italian. My grandparents immigrated here from Italy, as you might have been able to guess from my last name and maybe even my appearance. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and get myself a Duolingo membership and spend an hour every day learning how to speak Italian. It's something that I've always said I'm going to do one day, and now here's my opportunity to spend more time doing it. And realistically, now when I do go back to train jiu-jitsu, when my wrist heals, I'll still be learning Italian. This is a skill that I'm committed to developing now. I want to be able to go to Italy and speak with the locals and know the language, be a little bit more connected to my heritage. And in a way, this broken wrist was a little bit of a blessing because I probably wouldn't have committed myself to learning the language had I not been injured. So that's just an example, a very practical example of how my circumstantially hard day gave me a very pragmatic opportunity to now fill my time with something else that I've always wanted to do. So that's a surface level understanding of how a hard day can give you opportunities, and that's very specific to my example. Maybe you have a hard day that looks like something else. Hard times, hard things that happen in our life are opportunities for us to develop our character, even simply by facing the reality that lays in front of us and coming to accept it, rather than turning a blind eye, kind of being in denial of it, repressing the emotions related to it. If we come to accept it, if we embrace the circumstantial hard time, that is character development 101. You're developing your capacity to be emotionally available and process emotions to yourself. So if nothing else but that, if you simply just allow yourself to embrace the suffering that this circumstantially hard day has brought you, just let yourself feel that and acknowledge, yeah, this kind of sucks. If nothing else, that's a win in and of itself. That is character development, not repressing the emotion that circumstantial hard time brings about is in and of itself good for your character. Because guys, let's face it, I haven't even been around for 3 full decades yet, and I understand that life is sometimes very tough. But if we take the feelings that come up when we're going through those hard times, and we kind of just stuff them down below and like try to lock the door and throw away the key, that might seem like the beneficial thing to do, but over time, that's just going to tear you down. You have to face the reality that that circumstantial hard time is bringing you, and accept the emotions and feel them fully when they arise. Now, in a very counterintuitive way, when you actually do accept them and feel them fully, all the quote-unquote negative emotions that might come up from this hard time that you're going through, those negative emotions won't actually persist nearly as much as they will if you just attempt to repress them and bury them. So it's definitely in your best interest to just feel it fully. Now, I will say, feel the emotions fully, but don't let them paralyze you to action moving forward. Don't let yourself sulk in this sort of like pity party of, oh, poor me, what am I going to do? Let yourself accept that, this kind of sucks. I'm suffering a little bit here. I'm in a little bit of pain because of this circumstantial hard day, this circumstantial hard time. Feel that emotion. And now ask yourself, okay, what can I do about it? Start training your brain, start training your character to try to see where the opportunities may lie in what looks like a very hard time. The famous phrase is famous for a reason. When one door closes, another one opens. There's often little hidden gems in what seem to be shitty situations. I'm going to go over a list here of several ways in which hard times can harbor opportunities and foster character development. So if you're going through a hard time, I'm willing to bet that at least 1, 2, 3, or even maybe all of the things on this list can be a little golden gem for you in your hard time. If you are going through a hard time, you have an opportunity to develop resilience. If you can navigate through this hardship, you're going to come out stronger on the other side. You are probably going to be able to handle future challenges with more ease. So resilience, an opportunity to build resilience is there for you. The next one is problem-solving skills. You might have to come up with some creative way to try and navigate your way through this hard time that you're going through. And that is going to serve you throughout your whole life as you develop your problem-solving skills. The next one is empathy and compassion. As you are going through what is difficult for you right now, perhaps now you're going to gain a deeper, newfound understanding of other people's struggles as well, and you're going to be able to relate to them through this hard time that you're going through and have more sympathy and compassion for them, which is a beautiful thing. The next one is self-discovery. You might come to find some particular strengths or weaknesses even through this difficult time that you're going through. And you're going to see maybe this strength is something that I should be incorporating into my life more. Or maybe this weakness that is being highlighted is something that I should work on. So there's an opportunity for you there. And the next one is just general gratitude. When you get sick and you think like, oh man, when I'm not sick, I'm going to be so much more appreciative for the fact that I can like breathe through my nose again. This reminds me of earlier this weekend, I was at a little community event where someone organized a massive game of Capture the Flag. And I haven't played Capture the Flag since I was like 12, other than a few days ago. And it was so much fun. I had a blast. And in the beginning, there was a little like introduction exercise just so everybody can, get to know each other's name and whatnot, because a lot of people are strangers to one another. So everybody said their name and something that they were grateful for, which is always a wonderful exercise. I loved that so much. And I thought to myself, what am I grateful for? And I thought, I'm grateful for the fact that I don't have a broken ankle. Like I have a broken wrist, but I can still sprint. I can still play this game because I can run around. So I'm really grateful for the fact that my legs aren't broken, which is, kind of funny to put in that way. But difficult times nonetheless, this is the main point here, can help you have more gratitude in contrast to the hardship that you're currently going through. So resilience, problem solving, compassion, self-discovery, and gratitude. Those are the 5 main things that I decided to comprise this list of. Those are structurally built in to any difficult time that you might be going through. Doesn't matter what it is. So I hope this video helps. I know that this perspective is something that has really served me. So all in all, I hope it helps you too. That's it for today's video, guys. Circumstantial hard times are opportunities for you, either in a very pragmatic sense, like, hey, now you have more time to do something else, like in my example, right? I'm learning Italian now. Or at the very least, which is still a huge win, it's an opportunity for your character development in any or all of those 5 ways that I just described. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.